as we get your Monday afternoon started. Want to let you know that here on WCNC Plus, Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich, because of the potential for severe weather, we're going to have some special programming and really just break it all down. Brad will be taking the hot seat and talking everything that is weather and severe weather at that, potentially. We'll see. We're going to check in with meteorologist Becca Birdsall right now. She is in the Live Impact News studio breaking this down for us, and there was a little bit of a change here, Becca?
Yeah, that's right. This time yesterday, it was looking like there was going to be an isolated tornado potential with these storms that will come later on this afternoon and evening. Now it's mainly just a strong to damaging wind gust threat. So potentially could see some stronger wind gusts, upwards of 40 miles per hour, along with heavy rainfall. Not going to be completely widespread tonight, but that is why we are weather alert for this evening.
Okay, so we were looking pretty good right now. Do we need to bring you up into one of our channels here,
Yes,
Becca?
I am Weather 1 with the weather impact window. And you can see really when we're going to be staying weather alert is from 6 p.m. late this afternoon all the way through about 2 o'clock in the overnight hours. So there is going to be a concern just with the timing of these systems and the complex of thunderstorms. There's a bit of a difference in between the models right now. So want to make sure that you stay weather alert, have notifications turned on from about 6 p.m. through 2 o'clock, with the main concern really going to be strong to damaging wind gusts. So the severe weather risk for tornadoes really has gone down. In fact, the Storm Prediction Center has completely taken us out of the tornado risk. Hail also not likely with the system. It's really just the damaging winds threat. Now, this time yesterday, that tornado parameter going into tonight was much higher. Now, barely even a spin up expected for this afternoon. So futurecast wind gusts, though, this is 6 o'clock. As these storms roll through, you can see some of those darker oranges indicating some wind gusts potentially above 40 miles per hour as these roll in. So this is going to be impacting a lot of the metro area later on tonight, potentially even for that evening commute before sweeping off by early Tuesday morning. Doppler radar showing nothing but quiet conditions across the area. In fact, we are dry from the mountains into the metro, something that will continue over the next couple of hours. Here's what we got on our service map. Definitely a little bit busy out there, but the storms that you see over towards the southeast, this is alongside that stationary front. So not only is this system going to be able to bring us some rain and thunderstorms, but it's also alongside that low pressure system way off to the north and west, producing some strong storms over towards portions of western Tennessee. So you'll see that reflected here over the next 36 hours. We'll get a couple of strong storms in for our most southern counties, and alongside that next upcoming cold front will likely bring us an additional round of rain and thunderstorms by Tuesday afternoon before eventually sweeping off. So severe weather threat for today, it's mainly going to be for strong winds. By Tuesday, it's isolated, but still only going to be for that damaging wind threat. And by Wednesday, we are mostly dry in and around the area. Of course, it was a humid weekend. It's still humid outside. We're up to around 83 degrees at the 12 o'clock hour with a dew point of 65. Mix of sunshine and clouds gives you an idea of really where we are headed. You see that feels like temperature of 85 already. We'll likely see those heat index values peak at around 90, 91, so a couple of degrees feeling hotter than the actual temperature. Highs will be around 87 degrees across the Charlotte metro. Of course, with storms rolling through just after 6 o'clock across the area, just not going to be nearly as widespread. So let's take you through this futurecast. Here comes these thunderstorms, 6, 7 o'clock, certainly packing a punch across most of the southern portion of the area, with another round potentially coming 9, 10 o'clock, especially for areas north of I-40. That includes the mountains and foothills. Now, like I mentioned, there is a little bit of timing differences with some of these models, so I wouldn't be surprised if some of this timing does get a little pushed back into the overnight hours. Just do be aware of that, and definitely keep up to date with the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich, as he will be tracking this all in real time later on this evening. We'll have another round of isolated strong storms by Tuesday afternoon and evening as that cold front sweeps off. Wednesday, I'd say there may be about a 20% chance now of storms. I was just looking at the latest forecast and starting to prop that up as well. Otherwise, daily storm chances in the forecast pretty much from now all the way through this weekend. It's going to be hot to start off the work week. High temperatures today, middle to upper 80s. By Tuesday, middle 80s, and that's what will basically stay all the way through most of the work week. Saturday was our first 90-degree day. We hit to 91 degrees. That was June 7th, and we are forecasting our next 90-degree day to be this upcoming Thursday. Of course, we are in no rush for that in this 7-day forecast. We are weather alert tonight, again, from about 6 p.m. through about 2 o'clock. So make sure to have multiple ways to get watches and warnings in the area. Main concern, damaging wind gusts. We'll carry a strong storm threat for Tuesday as well before drying off briefly for Wednesday. But it is going to be a very humid week and feeling very summer-like, especially towards this weekend with hit or miss thunderstorms in the forecast.
Yeah, Becca, I was telling you I went to Taste of Charlotte. Great time. Have you ever been?
I have not, no.
Yeah, this is my first time. I've already been here 4 years and finally went this weekend. And yeah, 90 degrees. Yeah, I felt it.
It was brutal. Those index values were well into the mid-90s.
Yes.
That's why I didn't go outside on Saturday.
I mean, I went first thing, it opened
Smart.
at 11.
Yes.
So it was still kind of late in the morning. And then talking to the hubs, we were in the shade under the trees, and I was sweating there.
Yep.
I said, it's hot. It's humid when you're sweating in the shade,
Yeah. Did they have cold snacks like ice cream at Taste of Charlotte?
They did.
Okay.
I had a couple of rosé
Okay.
slushies.
Fancy.
It was.
You gotta keep yourself
I
cool.
don't. You know, it was like nice little.
It was necessary.
Yes, they were slushies. They were
That
ices.
sounds pretty good. Okay.
That sounds real good.
Well, welcome to June. It's going to be hot this
Here
week.
we go.
Yeah.
All right. Summer officially when?
I believe it's the
Couple weeks.
21st or the 20th.
All right.
One of those.
Whatever.
Something like that, yeah.
Whatever. Outside, it says summer.
It says it's summer.
All right. I mean, look at this, right? Uptown Charlotte right now. Oh,
Yeah.
enjoy.
Enjoy.
All right, friends. Thank you, Becca, for
course.
coming in.